Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another episode of 80 Days. We are at day 55. We are going to climb up in the rig, what's it called? I think it's rig. Anyways, it's apparently a very brave and or stupid, risky, deadly thing to do. And I felt Carrington beside me, her wild grin and windswept hair all but dragging me from the hatch. I began to heave myself up the rope. I was braced against the wheeling sky, an impossible drop by nothing other than my trembling hand and feet clutching the rope. I reached up blindly. With my right hand, and the worn rope snapped. Taking with it both my handholds, I swung out precariously, clutching one fluttering end of the rope as my other hand scrabbled into the air and my foothold loosened. I grabbed the end of the rope with both hands and let the weight of my body pull me away from the envelope. My toes slipped for a moment. I hung entirely untethered in the air, a suspended endless moment of sky-bright insanity, and then I reached one hand up, and then the other one climbed the riding rope until my palms bled. Until I was near enough to throw myself against the ship's envelope and finally take a deep, shuddering breath, I was safe. I made it to the widest cross-section of the envelope and waved my red handkerchief. I felt the hum of the engines grow sharper as the airship began to climb, but each shudder and yaw was more pronounced, and I laughed and laughed and laughed with the joy and wonder of it, the utter impossibility of this. We humans are such ingenious creatures, my friends. It is easy to forget when one's feet touch the ground. I extended the telescope as the ship bobbed in the air and peered through it at the Bay of Acapulco, thronged with warships firing cannons at cities, and lit with unholy fires as it lit and sank. I saw the flags, and I shuddered. I will not recount how I climbed back down, how many times I slipped, how my palms bled on it, how nearly I pitched into the ocean. I will tell you I made it back inside. I made my report to captain and crew. The French army is besieging Acapulco, I said, and then I fainted dead away. The captain called the passengers and crew together for an announcement in the morning. We will leave the French to their business in Acapulco and head to Panama. I know that Eaglin agreed, not wishing to risk traipsing through a city under siege, even if it was besieged by my countrymen. Monsieur Fogg was less sanguine about our change of destination, but made some calculations in a ledger and seemed satisfied. It is a detour, but not a catastrophic one. We tethered in at Panama in the mid-afternoon. From the air I could see the snaking gut length of the canal under construction. It certainly seemed a calm spot on Acapulco, despite the heavy construction work. The crew hurried us off the ship and fatally eager to watch us depart. Let's explore. That's the wrong way. I want to go northeast. Panama City seemed to be a town perpetually on the edge of disaster. A great number of inhabitants had migrated to California during the gold rush 20 years ago. And certainly not gold in Panama. It was a nowhere town so steeped in immigrant cultures and influence that it had no true character of its own. It felt precarious in some respects, unfinished. Of course, there was the canal the French had bought the rights of construction from Colombians, but quickly see the rights of but now the rumor said the Haitians run the place with the help of, so the local rumor went, the blood-drinking voodoo machines they used to dig up the canal. I cannot help but be curious, in particular about the supposedly mystical machines. They were elephant-sized steam shovels painted bright red and blue. The dyed rooster feathers adorned the boiler, and a single operator sat in the carriage to control the winch, boom, and bucket. Excuse me. Great quantities of stone and dirt were being thrown into the air, undercut by a whistle of steam escaping and boilers rumbling. As I watched, a tall, sharp-eyed fellow in a pinstriped suit glared at me. "You here to watch your work? I'm a visitor. Are you now? Well, to my professional chicks, I'm guest the crew leader. I don't allow any watching on my dig site." He pointed to one of the seashells. "Get in." I know I couldn't. I raised my arms toward him, then get off my sight. I shrugged and left, grumbling a little, only to find myself accosted by a group and dynamite blasters. They were a mix of city boys and Choco immigrants from the villages, united by the dislike of the Haitian digging crew. I seemed keen to talk. "You made a good choice refusing the Haitian devil." Jaffiel, the unofficial leader of the blaster crew, patted me on the shoulder. "Their machines drink blood." "They are merely machines." I waved away the supposition, not magical in the least. "You have not been here long. You will see." Jaffiel gave me a dark look. "We are leaving Panama before our blood end up in a vat." "You should leave too, if you have any sense where you're headed." "We are making for Tabatinga in Amazonas." Jaffiel gave me a considered look. "We may have some space for men not have talent and determination." "No, that's the wrong way." I tried to shake off the memory of their offer, in the hope that I forgot it. I would not accidentally suggest it to Monsieur Fogg. I thought of the interior of this vast continent and prayed that it might stay unexplored by me, by my tender feet. I don't really need money, I just need to get the hell away from... No, I'm not heading that way. That evening I strolled the streets and made Ratchafield, the shoveler, who replied me with some curious gestures. I understood that the plan to leave was coming apart. A little further on, I encountered someone quite different. The tall black woman was seeing what Virginia had to introduce herself as Fanchon. "Ah, this is from France," she smiled lopsidedly. "Have you come to take back your canal? If not be easy," she raised her fist playfully. "Madame," I greeted her, and she took my hand. "We are travellers looking to journey onward. I too am travelling on. I have she smiled, a little craft of my own devising. But it needs a few parts. You know how these things are." "What kind of craft?" I asked. "It's kind of bird," she replied, "but it's, you might say, injured. At the moment, my master and I are going around the world," I declared. "How exciting for you," she replied, though I do not think she meant it, and her eyes were moving away into the middle distance. "Perhaps you could travel with you," I asked, "when your craft is repaired." She looked at me as though judging my character by interfering the way my parts fitted together. As I say, it will take some time to repair. Also manpower. Time and manpower, they are both realized by one thing, namely price. She never figure made it my eyes water, and it made my eyes water slightly. Well, I will ask my master. My turn crept quickly away. Well, it's the right way, and is it Port-au-Prince? Yes, it is. Travel. 8,000. Open luggage. I'm not going to Dallas, but I am going to need to sell this one to pay for it. So... that should do it. Zanimoto. I'm willing to pay that. I have a surplus of money at the moment. The price was high, certainly, but we paid it. I hope you have a head for heights, Fanchon cautioned merrily as we climbed to a cliff top overlooking the city. I grinned back. I signed myself a model man on what was more modern than flying. Fanchon's conveyance were no airship or gyrocopter. It was shaped into an enormous bone and wood-winged bird. The bird swung its red-eyed head towards us, and I realized that there was a living bird inside the crafted carapace. How does it work? I asked hesitantly, examining the latticed exoskeleton extending the wings. The bird spanned to 15 feet. Fanchon shrugged. We threw the cases into the chest of the bird. I sat beside Fanchon, who spent most of the journey avoiding my questions about the creature's creation and workings. The wind whistled past my ears as the shocking blue of the Caribbean Sea spread out underneath us. I cannot deny that the creature was almost as fast as an airship and twice as maneuverable. We arrived in Port-au-Prince somewhat wind-ruffled. Assault sprayed, but otherwise intact. Totally worth it if it means I can get back to mainland. Haiti had the distinction of being the only nation in the world established as a result of a successful slave rebellion nearly 70 years before. The slaves and free people of color of Saint-Domingue had revolted against their French masters. Perhaps one of my ancestors has been a slave owner here or in one of France's other colonies. It was more than possible. The thought left me with a deep sense of unease. As for Haiti, the nation had progressed beyond anyone's wildest imagining, so in the last 10 years, spreading its influence across South America and the Caribbean. The source of Haiti's newfound wealth was evident on the streets of Port-au-Prince. The living animal automatons, the Sanimoto. I examined the flock of Yakana in the bay, beaks and claws, clad in sharpened wooden bones, spearing fish and dumping them into fishermen's boats. Instead of copper and iron, Haitian automata were made from organic materials: bone, bright coral, pale wood. I never seen such creations till Fanchon's transport bird. I looked for artificial skill, but found no evidence of an outpost in Port-au-Prince. Surely the guild knew that Haiti was flaunting its law. I will not leave Haiti without a Sanimoto. They seem valuable and would fetch an excellent price elsewhere. I found a local shopkeeper, but he shook his head. I cannot sell my creatures to foreigners. He said curtly, but we do sell automoto, which have rolling wing parts if you want. So rebuffed, I abandoned my hasty resolve. After all, I certainly did not have the time or patience to care for a living automaton. Why, it would be more like a pet than a device. I returned to my lodgings empty-handed and none the wiser about Heighten's on the motto. Explore. Europe, please. Be Europe. That is not Cape Verde, I think. Oh well. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. Market. Sell the brass telescope. That actually might be very useful. I'm probably going to stop by Lisbon. I figure everything is basically going towards interesting. If I get to New York and go straight for London, but I don't think I'll get to New York from where I am. Depart. Ouch, that's expensive. Can I get to... Okay, tomorrow at noon. And it will take the weekend. That's agreeable. Hotel. For the last light of the evening, I attended to Monsieur Fogg, providing him with clipped moustaches with the intention he would have a comfortable night. Day 60, depart. North to Washington. If I pay this, it will leave now. I need to rush now. I feel like I don't have much time and I need to cross the Atlantic, and that's going to take a lot of time. Have you crossed the open waters before? I asked as we loaded our cases into the basket of balloon, which was slowly inflating with heated air. The pilot, a young bright-eyed man by the name of Etienne Lamotte, shook his head. Short trips from island to island. Today we try to beat the record. I'm sure other balloons have traveled this far, I replied, reassuring myself as much as anything. My personal record, the pilot replied. The balloon was lifting, now bouncing just a touch off the ground below. Record for speed. That's not a good sign. For time in the air, he corrected, without a crash. As he finished speaking, the rope fell away, and we began to rise into the air. Converse. Washington, New York. Reykjavik, New York, London. London, Lisbon. New York. Washington, anything to say? I was just rambling about, really. I much prefer to cross the North Americas, but I guess we had to cross Mexico and in the ocean. Anyways, as we are crossing the waters north, crossing the Caribbean north to get to New York, so you can get on a boat to London and hopefully be there before day 80. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.